Welcome to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast, your guide to future tech trends and innovation in a language you understand. Now, over to your host, Neil Hughes.
Welcome back to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast. It's my final day here at Marketing United in Nashville. But guess what? It's also episode 500 of the show. I mean, man, where did that time go? So I'm going to have to pour myself a whiskey in a dirty glass and salute each and every one of you for joining me along for this crazy ride that we've been on. You know what, in this time, I'm grateful for two things. One, of course, is serving you, my audience. And two, for having the opportunity to speak with so many inspirational people from all over the world. In 500 episodes, I think we've spoken to people between 40 and 50 different countries, which is phenomenal on its own and a great example of how technology really does bring people closer together. And all the episodes, I think, focus on how we're using technology to transform businesses, our lives, or even just make a difference in the world or remove a problem. So you guys are going to need to keep me in check for the next 20 to 30 minutes and make sure I don't get too emotional today, because 500 is a big number. So let's change the subject quickly and get cracking by checking those virtual voicemails that you guys have been leaving.
Please leave a message after the tone.
Congratulations, Neil, on achieving your 500th podcast. This is Larry Boyer in Washington, D.C., and I just want to let you know this is one of my favorite podcasts, and that's why I listed it on Forbes as one of the 15 most inspiring podcasts to listen to. So keep it up. I'm looking forward to the next 500.
Hey Neil, this is Ranjit Abraham from the Land of Eagles. Congratulations on completing 500 episodes. I'm truly happy for you, my friend. You are a rock star. And per our discussion at NLV, you know whom I'd love to hear on your podcast very soon. So make that happen for me. Rock on.
Hi, Neil. This is Heather Younger, host of the Leadership with Heart podcast. I just want to call and tell you congratulations on your 500th episode. I cannot believe that you've done this. It's just an amazing feat. So congratulations, and make it an amazing week.
Thanks so much for not only listening to the show, but for everyone that's also taken the time to record just a few words and show that I'm not just a madman chatting into a microphone all on my own in an empty room. Now, this week I have been focusing on MarTech, or marketing technology, and personalisation, experiences, storytelling, voice search and artificial intelligence are just a few of the big themes that are dominating this year's Marketing United conference. But I saw today's guest performing live on the Country Music Hall of Fame stage, where so many legends have played in the past. But not only that, I've also been told that she has been known to dress up as the Statue of Liberty from time to time, and is officially a cool mum. But she's also a marketing specialist at Liberty Tax, and she somehow manages to make taxes fun. Now, if that doesn't earn you a slot on this show, I don't know what does. And she's a much braver person than I am, so I invited her on the show today to talk about the role of MarTech, content, and so much more at Liberty Tax. So buckle up, hold on tight, as I beam your ears one last time over to Nashville so we can speak with Kathleen Guzman from Liberty Tax at the Country Music Hall of Fame. So a massive warm welcome to the show. Can you tell the listeners a little about who you are and what you do?
My name is Kathleen Guzman. I am a marketing communications specialist with Liberty Tax. We are a franchise organization in the U.S. and Canada. We have over 4,000 offices, and we have about 2,000 franchisees. We have 4 brands. We have Liberty Tax in the U.S., Liberty Tax in Canada. We have Siempre Tax Plus, which is our Hispanic brand. And then we also have 360 Accounting Solutions, which is our latest high-end brand.
Cool. So what brings you to the Emma Marketing event this year?
So in the last year, in May, we brought Emma on as our email service provider.
Ah, cool. Now, for anyone listening outside of the US, they're probably unaware that the big tax deadline is looming. Over in the UK, it's April the 1st, but I believe it's in a couple of weeks over here. Is that right?
It is. It is on April 17th. which is a Tuesday this year.
Whoa. Now, as this is a tech show, I've got to ask the question. There's going to be a lot of people investing in cryptocurrencies at the moment. Anyone that's not cashed in already has probably lost a lot of money. But for those that did cash out in time and had a bit of money, am I right in saying that it is very much taxed, isn't it? Any profits on there? Because I think a lot of people kind of put that to the back of their mind.
Right. So there are a lot of different caveats about taxes and cryptocurrency, and the way it's used. If it's used, if you've had it for more than a year, you're taxed on it. If you're using it to pay someone, so the best thing to do is actually to look it up, because I am not a tax professional. I'm a marketer.
Yeah.
So, but we have this great blog on our website, libertytax.com, and you click on the blog post. The Tax Lounge is the name of it, and there's a great article so full of details about all of the ways cryptocurrency is used and how it is taxed.
I'm glad you mentioned the blog post there, because you guys really do seem to be going out there to tell stories and you blog content, etc., to actually get your point across. So I've got to ask, how is it you make tax exciting or palatable to the mass audience out there?
Well, one of our things is we make taxes fun.
Yeah.
We just rebranded, and our tagline is you do life, we do taxes. So go out, enjoy your life, take care of your family, do what you want to do. We'll take care of the yucky stuff. When you come into our offices, it's actually a great experience. We have a children's area, so you can bring your kids. We have refreshments. I mean, we are constantly singing, dancing. We're the ones who, if you're out during tax season, you're driving around and you see a Statue of Liberty dancing on the corner, waving a sign, that is us. I honestly own my own costume.
Well, speaking of singing and dancing, did I see you on the stage here at the Country Music Hall of Fame?
I was not singing and dancing. I was doing a lot of laughing. But yes, I was being interviewed by the product development team, and also another podcast. It was quite an experience for this mom of 5 who lives in a cubicle to be out there. It was quite enjoyable. But I love Emma, and I love email marketing. I've been doing it for 10 years now, and I'm really glad that we found this platform, because they are making my life so much easier. And everything I dream up, they're like, hey, we'll build it for you, or we've got a solution for that, and I love it.
So just for anyone listening that's not heard of Emma or not used the solution, how is it that they actually make your life easier?
So with having 2,000 franchisees, we provide Emma email solutions for every franchisee to be able to. I create a template for the franchises, and coupons or newsletters, or just send a friend, and they can personalize it with their own information, but it's already built for them, and they can send it to all of the people who have opted in that they've met on the street during the roadside parties or their events, or with customers who've opted in. And everybody, we're really, really involved in our communities. And this is just another way of getting our message out there that we're here for you.
Cool. Now, there are so many different messaging platforms out there at the moment now, with Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and of course email. And I think there is a certain amount of email fatigue out there. So how do you actually address your audience and engage with your audience? Are you finding any challenges there at the moment with different generations?
We do. So we're trying to do more of a storytelling thing. We're finding out what, especially with the U.S. and all of the changes right now with tax reform. Yeah, there's so many questions out there. We're doing our research and figuring out how this tax reform is going to affect every user, every person, every customer. And so that's what we're trying to give to people. And honestly, even if the customer doesn't open up the email, they will see our name in their inbox, and it'll be like they're driving down the street and they see that waiver on the corner just waving at them, hey, Liberty Tax. And when a question does come up later, they can go back into their email and find it, which is great because on social, it's really hard to go back to that post that you wanted to find. But email, you just do a search, Liberty Tax, and we'll be right there. And again, waiver in your pocket, and you go, hey, those guys know what they're doing. Let me find out the answer. I'll be able to either call the store and talk to an expert, or I'll go online and look at their resources.
So at this event, there is what I think around 1,000 different marketers right across multiple industries. From conversations you've had, what kind of challenges are people facing at the moment, or what kind of questions are they asking you?
A lot of people they want to know how often to send. Email fatigue, like you said, is a big deal. So they're trying to figure out the relevancy and how to get their messages across and their branding across. So I've been talking to a lot of I've come out of my cubicle and I've been talking to a lot of different marketers from all different industries, everyone from banking to university to publishing companies, and we're all trying to figure out the same thing. We have a message that we want to get out there, but nobody's opening it up, or why would they want to? And so we're all trying to reverse our thinking in the traditional email marketing. It has changed so much in the last 10 years that I've been involved with email marketing. And so now it's consumer focused. We want to provide those answers before the customer knows that they even want them. And so all across all platforms, we need to make sure that we're feeding those needs before the customer has even realized that it was a need.
So for people that haven't been able to attend this year's event, what keynotes have you enjoyed? Any big takeaways? Because I think a lot of the speeches are available online. So if you could, anything that really stood out for you? Honestly,
the keynotes, I have been extremely impressed. I honestly was expecting the same kind of thing, which, clicks, open rates, conversion, all of those keywords. And instead, what I'm getting is stuff to feed my soul. Yeah. I'm getting a storytelling. I'm finding out what me as a consumer would want. And it's radically changing the way I'm thinking and even how I'm going to take it back to my company and talk to them about how we do our social and how we do our direct mail. Direct mail is still really, really relevant. The storytelling keynote with Kendra Hall was an amazing way for me to totally change my thinking and set me up for a great conference. And then the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the 5-second rule, that one is actually life-changing. So with Mel. So make sure that you check that one out or go on her website. I am so excited to bring that back to my family and see how it changes our lives. Just when you mention science, brain science and procrastination, I was hooked. I was like, that's simple. It's phenomenal how something so simple as counting backwards changes your brain. And I'm really looking forward to this afternoon's keynote, final keynote with Bob Golf. I'm just ready to be inspired. I've been filled up this entire time, and I'm just ready to explode with information and ready to tackle the world when I get back.
Fantastic. Well, when you get back, and let's fast forward a couple of weeks and the tax year is all done and dusted, does your life become much easier then, or what's your big focus for the rest of the year? What do tax people do when the tax year is over?
Well, when taxes are over, a big sigh of relief happens, but our offices are actually open year-round.
Yeah. Cool.
So not every office, but one office, there are office hours for every entity. So, but for me, I never stop.
Yeah.
I make sure that my franchisees have the content and the templates to do their marketing all year round, because we are deep into every community in the United States and in Canada, and I want to make sure that everybody still knows about us. So, because you don't want to just send an email only during tax season. It's a year-round thing, and everyone needs to hear our messages, and if they have questions, know where to go. So we're here for you, and we also sell our franchises. So I've got a whole sales season gearing up, getting really strong, and then we do tax education in the fall. So even if you do your taxes online, it's always really good to know all those tricky little points and take a tax class and be able to do your own taxes accurately is really important.
And you guys do invest heavily in content and educating people, like you said there. So if there is anybody listening that would like to check some of that content out, could you just remind them of your website, your blog details, and also a contact address for a member of your team, just if they have any questions about what we've talked about today?
Sure. So libertytax.com is our main website. The Tax Lounge blog is right there at the top. It's clickable. All of our website is built mobile first, so super easy to find. If you want to find an office, it'll find you. It's got a locator right there on there. For information, for me is Kathleen, Kathleen .Guzman, Guzman, at libtax.com.
Fantastic. Well, a huge thank you for taking the time for coming on and speaking with me today. It was a pleasure seeing you on stage at the Country Music Hall of Fame. I've got a feeling you're going to be dining out on that one for a long time.
It is surreal. Surreal. Yes.
So thanks for coming on today.
Thank you.
Kathleen was so much fun and just the perfect person to put fun into taxes. And you know what? All that positivity seemed to have made the cryptocurrencies rise from the ashes again. So all is good in the world right now. And Kathleen has officially earned her Cool Mum title this week after playing on the Country Music Hall of Fame stage in Nashville. And now the 500th episode of a podcast that will hit Spotify, iTunes and YouTube. She's going to be so popular when she gets home. And quite rightly so. But more than anything, though, a big thank you to each and every one of you listening to this show, wherever you are in the world, on your commute, on your run, in the gym, or wherever it is that you do listen. This show simply wouldn't work without you all listening, and your engagement is the secret sauce to this show. And it also proves that technology really does work best when it brings people together. So I hope you'll join me for another 500 episodes, and let's hit 1,000 shows together. But let's not get too carried away just yet. So thanks for listening, and until next time, don't be a stranger.
Thanks for listening to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast. Until next time, remember, technology is best when it brings people together.